If you work for a nonprofit, you know your mission is absolutely everything. But let's be real. What if the day-to-day grind of admin work is the very thing holding you back from making your biggest impact? Well, today, we're going to look at a tool designed to fix exactly that. Let's get into it.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about something I'm sure you know all too well, the nonprofit Juggle. Then we'll introduce a solution built just for you, and we'll peek inside its all-in-one toolkit. After that, we'll see how it can streamline your operations and finally, wrap it all up by talking about what really matters, getting you focused back on your mission.
All right, let's start with the nonprofit Juggle. You know what I'm talking about. It's all those daily tasks, those administrative hurdles that feel like you're constantly running in place.
I mean, it's a simple question, but it's a really important one. Take a second and think about your day. How much of your valuable time is spent on stuff that doesn't directly help your cause? My guess is probably a lot more than you'd like.
And this, right here, is the chaos. You've got donor info in one spreadsheet, sponsorship details in a totally different folder, and you're manually typing out and sending every single receipt and thank you email. It's this messy, tangled web that just eats up your most precious resource, your time.
Okay, so we've all felt that pain. Now let's talk about the good part, the solution. And it's a platform called Help You Sponsor, or HYS for short.
So what is it really? Well, at its core, HYNS is a platform built from the ground up specifically for nonprofits. Its whole reason for being is to help you manage three huge areas: your sponsorship programs, all your fundraising, and your donor relationships, all from one single effective place.
Now, this is the part that I think is really key. This platform wasn't just dreamed up by some tech company. It was built by people who have actually been in the trenches, who have run sponsorship programs themselves. They get the headaches because they've had them.
So how does it actually fix all those problems we just talked about? Well, let's pop the hood and take a look at the all-in-one toolkit that HIS gives you.
This is where the magic happens. Instead of those scattered files, the donor management feature brings everything together. You can see it right there. Forget about typing out receipts. Donation tracking automates that whole thing. And the communication tools, they build your thank yous right into the system. The big idea here is that it turns all that chaos into one clean central hub.
Okay, managing donors is a huge piece of the puzzle. But for a lot of organizations, the real heavy lifting is managing the actual sponsorships. So how does HYS handle that?
Well, it turns out the platform is incredibly versatile. I mean, look at this list. Whether you're sponsoring children, supporting pastors, funding medical surgeries, or even running a big building campaign, HYS is built to handle all these different kinds of programs with the same level of organization.
All right, so having a powerful tool for your internal team is great, but how does it connect to the outside world? You know, like your website. Let's talk about streamlining your whole operation.
Oh, we've all been here, right? You click a donate button, and you're whisked away to some weird, clunky-looking page that makes you wonder if it's even legit. HYS totally fixes that. As you can see in the after part, it lets you put sponsorship displays right on your own website. It feels seamless, it builds trust, and it just works.
So let's just follow the journey for a second. A donor sees the beautiful display on your website. It connects directly and securely to the HYS platform, which then works with all the major payment gateways. It just makes the whole donation process smooth and reliable from start to finish.
Okay, so we've got all these features, all this streamlining, but what's the point? Where does this all lead? Well, that brings us to the most important part, the real benefit, getting you back to focusing on your mission.
It really all comes down to this one powerful number you see here, 1. Instead of juggling a dozen different systems, spreadsheets, and logins, you have one central platform to manage the whole shebang. That consolidation is a total game changer.
And this is really the bottom line. Every single hour you save on admin is an hour you can pour back into what actually moves the needle, talking to donors, building your programs, and pushing your cause forward. It's more time for the mission and way less time on the busy work.
So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. If you could get back all those hours you're currently losing to administrative tasks, what more could your organization do? What new goals could your mission reach? It's definitely something to think about.